Okay, ladies, I'm gonna start off with the dollar index and see what happens. So on the daily, I mean, we're still bearish, obviously. We've had from NFP rip up, retracement, and then another rip up, and then another failed higher rip. If you look at where it's coming to, so we've come into this resistance, you know, this 4-hour block here, nicely. As long as we stay below this grey box, this block here, I think we're gonna go lower. And I'll give a reason why I think the possible high is in. If we do get above this here, then I think we're gonna go higher and probably fill this void in. So as for now, I think we're gonna go lower. But if it breaks up higher, then I think, you know, I'll be looking for higher prices. I'll give a reason why I think we're gonna go lower. So, and it's more like a warning sign. I mean, my trading picking highs and lows isn't just hinged off divergences, but it's like a warning sign. So if you look at the euro dollar, right? Euro dollar, we've got euro made a low, then a lower low, but the same highs and lows on dollar made a high, but then a higher low. So this divergence, and we're having this divergence unfold at a key level. So we've got this divergence unfolding in the dollar index within a H4 block, and as for euro, we're having it unfold also within this H4 block. So if I mark this out, so our key levels, if we look, we've taken out these stops here. I called out the when euro USD was down here, I called the 1.1720 level. We hit that. So yeah, we're in this H4 block now, and I think we're gonna push up. I think we've got the low in. As long as we stay above this low, I think we're gonna start pushing up, fill this in. This is really thin, and possibly push higher to new highs, take out this high here, and yeah, so higher prices. It's gonna point something out. Just slipped my mind. Yeah, also in a daily chart, in this daily block here, which is nice. And if it closes the way it is, so for example, if the daily kind of closes here, the next objective would be yesterday's high here, but as it looks, we're still in that bull trend. So let's see. Now let's switch to the other charts. So what I like about this is the fact that the possible dollar highs, all the other majors are lining up as well. So let's look at cable to start off with, right? If we go down to the weekly in cable, if I draw this out, so let me draw from the open and close. So the open is 151, close is 901. Parameters 151, 901. Okay, so the 50% is 129,526. So if I draw this out here, 129,526, 129,526. So this comes in, let's be thick there. So this would be 50% of this order block here. Okay. We've come down, thin move here, thin move here. I love to see that when price is dropping, and this drop was healthy as well. I mean, you know, it was going one way up, so it's nice to have retracement. And then before you carry on looking for longs, because otherwise, if it's just one way up, it's hard to look for longs. So this is nice, and possibly low of the week is in, I reckon. So we've got the dollar index lining up, we've got the euro lining up. So that's 50% that we've respected. I wouldn't like to see price go below here now. I want to see this hold. What would confirm is if we have a nice move above here, right? But the way the dollar index and euro is looking, I think we probably have the low in, and I'll be looking for price to come up to here really, and then we resume the uptrend. And I've got the higher time frame levels marked out for the 134.50, 135 area, but we'll see what we get there. So say for example on a daily basis, I'll move above this high here, retest, we get on long, or I'm gonna wait for London Open. So I'm gonna wait for London Open. As it stands right now, I like the flow we're getting right now. So if we go to the 5-15-minute chart, right? If I go to the 5-15-minute chart, obviously we've got, you know, price respecting the bullish order blocks here, this, and then we've got this. So let's drop boxes, just makes it clear. So you can see nicely that the bullish flow is intact. You know, bullish blocks again respected, which is nice. That's what we look for. So come London Open, I'll be looking for some sort of stop rate. So at the moment, I don't want to enter now. Although if I was to enter, I mean, a safe spot would be to see how stop there. I'm not having that. I'll wait for London Open. As long as it doesn't take off during Asia, which it could, you never know. We should get an entry at some point anyway. It's not just one entry point and that's it. I will be looking for higher prices. Yeah, just higher prices really. So I believe personally we're gonna go all the way back up there. By the end of the week, I reckon we're gonna go up there. So what I'm seeing is this down move here. If I'm correct on this being the low, this down move here would be where the market makers were buying. Okay, they were buying in this down move here. So this, it would be the order block, and that would be a nice 4-hour, well, order block there. So this would be, so if we clear this here, if we clear this level here, that would confirm it. So on a macro level like that, move up from there, nice clear, thrust up, down. So depending on how price action is going into here, but on basic level, you know, if you were to trade like on a high time frame level, then you could have literally buy it here with a stop loss there and target there, you know, decent risk to reward. But obviously if you know how to play on the low time frame for tight entries and tight stops, then you can have much bigger risk to reward. But the way it's looking, I think this low is in. Like I said, with the dollar index, if the dollar index breaks that is it gone, that high this here, then you know I'm gonna have to sit on the sidelines and wait. But as it stands, everything is lining up for a dollar drop now, hence the majors pushing up. So that's what I'll be looking for. So if we look at so, and the fact that it hasn't taken out these lows, that's a good sign that the bulls are in this market, and we've taken some decent swing lows out anyway. The low. And if you look at this, right, this was the swing low, so this was the swing low to swing high, retracement, swing low to swing high. So we're making higher lows on a swing by swing basis. When I mean swing, I mean like this. That's one swing, and that's down, another swing, that's another swing. So higher lows, which is a good sign for an uptrend. So that's that. So let's go to the Aussie now. Now the Aussie, I thought, let me just clear this chart up. The Aussie, I was thinking we could possibly come into here. 1 second. I thought we would probably come up into at least fill this gap in, but it doesn't necessarily have to. If it doesn't, it means the market is quite strong. But it's come and taken that stops it needed to, right? So the low here is 78,741. So if I mark that out, 78,741. So it's taking out those stops there, and the way it's looking, it probably wants to continue higher now. Ideally what I was looking for is a move into here, these down candles that let it move up, because we've got quite thin price movement here. But like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to, you know, it could do it later on. But I was looking for price to come into here, check out this swing low, come into there, and then resume up. But the way dollar is looking right now, it may not want to, and this may start pushing higher. So I will have to go with what the market's telling me. So if that's the case, then let me check something. Yeah, so then this would be a possible low in for the week, just like the euro and the cable. If I'm correct and there's a drop coming in the dollar, then all the majors will most likely be in sync. So new highs possibly. So yeah, so it's the same theme. Dollar weakness, major strength, and I think this could have been enough for it to have bottomed out, not necessarily having to fill all this in, and continue up. So we're seeing bullish flow at the moment, which is nice. So if we mark out these candles here, I think what would confirm it for me would be, I see a move above these highs here would confirm it for me. So that would mean this leg down would be the main leg they were buying within. So if we start getting movement above that, then I think that would confirm it. So for example, say we got a move above that, you know, it's not to say you don't have to worry, oh, I'm missing the low, doesn't matter. Later on, you know, sometimes you get better entries later on, but let price confirm it to you. That, depending on how the price action, and then up to new highs. Okay, Kiwi dollar, same thing. Looking at the daily, it's you can see, you know, daily flow. This window, this daily bullish block rallied up, come down into here. So if I mark this out, we've got price coming into 50% of this daily block here. Nicely, and we've got price moving up. So I was watching this. I didn't take a trade ahead of the RBNZ news announcement, but it's doing as expected, which is perfect. I'm still expecting 7600 on this. I posted in the quarterly charts, so it's come down nicely, taking out these stops here, right? And look at the significance of that. Took out these stops and then resistance, boom, broke out of that. I think this the low is in. So possibly, like I said, it's the same theme. If you could somehow get a move down, I'll move down into here, show some bullishness, then I'll probably look for a long. These highs look really clean here. So if I look at yeah, so that is what honestly I think we could do that by the end of the week, at least to here. So if I'm correct and the dollar drops, then I think we probably get these highs taken on the Kiwi, and then obviously if it's gonna go there, then I think it's gonna go take out these highs here. Yeah, that's all I gotta say for that one. Dollar yen, I think dollar yen was like the indicator for me. Bias has not changed for this. Like I said, from this monthly candle here, the target is still gonna be 108.80. It's done a bit of fuckery, so I was looking for short-term longs earlier on in the week. It did give me an opportunity, to be honest with you, to get on board. So that's that. But I think this move up here, took out the stops here, then dropped. I think that's like a nice signal for me. So these down candles here, so just to here, right, that led to the move up to check out these stops. They were buying here, and then they dropped it, so push it up to unload those longs and start shorting here. So I'll be looking to short this market, and I've still got a target of 108.80 in mind for this. So I've marked up this level. Why? Well, it's basically just to make it easy to look at. This is the body of the H4 and this is the low. So I'll be looking for weakness. If price can come up, show me some weakness. I want to see weakness as it comes into here, and then I'll be looking to short it down to 108.80. I've still got that target in mind from previously. I think it's gonna go down to 108, sub 108, but short-term target I've got 108.80. Let me just draw that. So all these majors, right, you know, they're coming into support and resistances at the same time. So I'm looking at all of them as confluence. You know, sometimes if one major comes into support, I don't know if this is the bottom one. I will have a look at what all the other majors are doing. The pound Aussie, I've been trying to short this. I mean, when the majors start going in sync again, then I stay away from the crosses. I thought the major would probably consolidate beginning of the week, but luckily I got out and I said I was trailing my stop loss. And although it looked really good for a short to continue lower at the time, it didn't. So this is why you got trail stop loss in for scenarios like this. So for now, I'm staying aside from that. It didn't give me the price action I want. Yep. Similar with Aussie New Zealand, you gotta be careful. You gotta take profits along the way. I was really confident this was gonna go up. It gave decent pips, you know, for day trades, but you never know what can happen in the market. Can change. You gotta be quick to adapt and change. Yep, so that's that. So because the majors are looking to me to trend again or to start moving in sync, I don't need to look at the crosses anymore. I'll go back to the crosses when some of the majors start consolidating again. So this is how I switch between the two. Oil, yep. Oil, I've got a small position on here. This is demo trade at the moment, but I think this is gonna go a lot higher. Let's clear this up. If you look at this weekly chart, or monthly chart, right, it's coming here. So when I posted the chart, I just took a long here. Going on to the monthly, right? So this monthly, that previous month candle closed bullish, and sure, let me get a clean chart for you guys, because this is gonna annoy me otherwise. More to my other broker. Okay, to be clear here, because I've got no lines here. Let me go up to this chart here. Yep, that's better. Okay, so now it's clearer here because I've got no buys and sells. So the way I marked this out was, I'll actually, you know what, I'll start with a clean chart because it's gonna be it's gonna annoy me. If I go on to, okay, so I spoke about longs from here, right? That's fine. We had a big thrust up, so after a big move we get a bit of consolidation. Last week I believe that was the consolidation. This was my line in the sand, yeah, and it's respected 50% of that, which comes in at 48.51. So that's 48.51. Okay, we're eyeballing it. I'm sure it was that. Oh yeah, the bodies of the candle. If I look at the bodies, yep, that's that. It's respected that nicely. It's consolidating. So now we're getting ready. Anytime there should be a big move up. So what gives a signal for a big move up is what's happening on the lower time frame. We've got nice consolidation. Obviously what would change that is if we got below this candle low here, then that would change things. Then I would have to reassess. But as it stands now, I'm bullish as fuck this. In the pound Aussie video, I took a brief look at this and I said I was expect price to come around here or something. It's around here. I said watch for bullish price action, and it's done exactly that. So now that price has been doing exactly as expected, so I look for bullish flow. So this H1 candle here, if I show the bodies of it, see that key level keeps acting as a strong buying. I don't want to have to keep coming back down, because it keeps coming back down to the level, then you know, it becomes weaker in my opinion too many times. But now that the way it's looking, I mean, made a low, then a higher low, broke up, broke that high there, and then a higher low here, which is nice. So I'm expecting this low to hold now. That's why I took the long. I think as long as this low holds, we should be set to go a lot higher, and resume our targets of 51. And so on the daily chart, I've got macro targets. I've got a lot higher prices. So initially my targets were here. We took out that high. The next targets can be here, then this high, and then obviously going higher. I think we're gonna get like 54s, 53s, 54s, 55s, a lot higher. And I had 62s marked out at one point, but we'll see how it goes. You know, I didn't get too excited. I think we get that tomorrow or this week. It makes sense. Because look how long we've been consolidating for. This is a matter. It's gotta start breaking out now. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If it breaks below that level I marked out, then we're wrong. So what I would like to see is this black hole now, because it's coming to this block here, formed another block here. So if it's gonna come down, then I want it to hold. So the way I took the long was, I saw this happening here, and I had this marked out, and I don't have to trade the crude oil inventories, so I waited. This led to the spike down, then pushed up, and then it's pushing up again. So when I saw that, then go to lower time frame, enter a long here, and I had a stop loss below there, and I'm looking for higher prices now. Where I've got my stop loss, I'm gonna hold it for now because it shouldn't really. I'm up 1 now at the moment, but it shouldn't really. If I'm correct, it shouldn't break this low. If it does, then obviously I'm probably wrong. But as it stands, I think we're gonna get higher prices tomorrow, I reckon. Short term, obviously we've got. I think we're gonna take out these highs. After these, I think we're gonna go to 51, and then we'll see what happens after that. So that's the oil done. Gold. another warning sign for me was gold. The way gold was. So if I clear this chart up, right? I spoke about this gold going up. 1280s was my next target, and then these highs here from all the way down here. It's doing exactly as we expected. So it's come down into the body of this candle bullish block here. So the open is 12.358. And when I saw this yesterday, that sort of put me on a warning sign, like possible high in on the dollar, or we're approaching possible high. So I waited yesterday. I wanted to see how the daily candle closed. So at the time it was like a bearish candle, and if this gave in, then I would have been okay, probably go lower and the dollar's gonna go higher. But when it reacted like this yesterday, that's sort of like, okay, I'm gonna start hunting for longs. I'm gonna see how the other majors line up, and it sort of put me on alert for dollar yen as well. But we've seen nice bullish flow since then, a nice bullish candle here. So 1280 is gonna be the next target. These clean highs here, and then this high here, and then let's see, higher prices 1296 then. How do I get on board? Well, it's a bit tricky now because the way it's going, I think it's a really strong market. I probably got clearer setups to look at, but if we can somehow come into here, so this down candle, they were buying within this down candle, so I want to see a retest of here. So if you can come up into there, right, and I'll see if I get bullish price action. So I don't want it to go below 50% on this candle. So I'm going to Tuesday, yep, a Sunday. I don't know, include the Sunday one. I'll allow it to go up to here. So let's see how this looks like on a lower time frame. So yeah, if it comes into here, I'll look for bullish price action, or if it comes into there. So how far is that? 1200. I don't think it's gonna come that low. I'll have to let price action build up a bit. If I retest into here, if I get bullish price action off of this level here, then I'll start looking for longs. Otherwise, you know, I've still got a bigger target up to here, so I'll have to wait. I have to wait and see where it gives me the clear price action. But the way it's looking, I know where it wants to go. That's the main thing. Getting on board is not an issue for me. You know, I always find ways to get on board, whether it's a scalp or in the middle of a move, during a new session time. But as long as I know where it wants to go, and as long as it's proved to me the low is in. I mean, you could actually enter long here with a stop loss there and long there. You know, if you're okay, if you're not too fussed about entries and you're okay with a 1-to-1 risk to reward, there's no reason why you can't enter here. Stop there. Obviously, demo purposes only. I'm only going to show you trades on a demo account. Otherwise, someone's going to probably be knocking on my door saying, giving them trader advice and start crying like a bitch. But I'm just trying to go over for educational purposes only. So yeah, you should get the picture of the theme is dollar weakness. What would change it? I've marked out obvious negate levels that would negate it. So that's that for now. We'll see how prices unfold. You know, things could obviously change. We'll have to see. So have a good one.